Every year, my home city of San Francisco experiences a period of rain that's mild enough to make anyone from Seattle yawn, but long enough to be pretty depressing. And every year, I look for ways to make this time a little bit more manageable. Now, last year, I tried to do this by writing a poem to highlight a more positive spin on these rainy days. Because if nothing else, rainy days give us perspective. They make us appreciate better weather and remind us that moods and moments pass. Now, at first, after writing this poem, I tried to improve it the usual way, but by leaning into my own expertise. That meant rewriting, revising, refining, but pretty soon I hit diminishing returns. You see, I realized that the problem with this poem wasn't the words. The problem was that the people who needed this poem the most, the ones who were going to be walking to work in the rain with their heads down, weren't going to be looking at a book. They were going to be looking at the pavement. And for those people, I needed this poem to be invisible when it didn't matter, but unavoidable when it did. See, that made me think that I should do this poem a little bit differently. So, I went down to my local hardware store and I picked up a bottle of this stuff, Rust-Oleum. Now, Rust-Oleum is a hydrophobic spray that's designed to keep things dry. It's used on garage doors, car interiors, factories, that kind of thing. Its entire job is to reject water more forcefully than the TSA. Which means, yeah, you get my picture. That means if you spray Rust-Oleum on pavement, the pavement stays dry. So that gave me an idea. Instead of writing this poem down to perfection, I shortened it way down. I took it to a laser cutter. I made a stencil of that poem with the laser cutter, took the stencil out to the pavement, and sprayed Rust-Oleum into the stencil. Now, a few hours later, the pavement was completely dry without a single marking to be seen. But on the next dark and dreary day when it rains, that spot looked a little bit different. And my hope is that somebody having a bad day just might have walked past that spot and seen this. The poem reads, "Welcome the downpour. Some revelations only appear beneath a sobbing sky." Now here's what I want you to notice. This idea didn't come from thinking harder or trying to make the poem better. Not from busting out my thesaurus or polishing those lines to perfection. It just came from reaching into a domain I had no business messing around in and realizing that that domain contained everything I needed. That's what I mean by reaching beyond.